Yeah, my rank is Staff Sergeant, and my name is Aaron Peterson.
Alright, and what's your duty type?
I'm a H-860 Flying Crew Chief.
And your home station?
Home station is Kadena Air Base, Japan.
And your hometown?
Hometown, I'm from Palm Bay, Florida.
Alright, how long have you been doing this job?
I've been working helicopter maintenance for about 5 years now.
And what made you decide to do this?
Well, I had a good friend of mine that was actually a Black Hawk crew chief, and he told me some of the things they did, and it's what I decided I wanted to do for the Air Force.
Highlight of your career so far?
This is the highlight of my career, coming out here and being part of the big team with the operations of CSAR and making it happen out here, saving lives.
And so describe a typical day here.
Typical day, for me, I'm doing maintenance, maintaining the aircraft, making sure they're safe and airworthy for the operations that go on outside of the wire. And sometimes we'll go pre-po, we'll go forward with the bird and do operations there and handle the maintenance that goes on at forward operating bases.
And now, what kind of maintenance goes into making sure that this bird is good to go?
The type of maintenance that goes into making sure these birds are good to go is every 3 days we'll do a pre-flight and we'll thoroughly inspect the aircraft, make sure it's safe for flight, and anything that comes up from then, that's I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, cut back. The type of maintenance that goes into making these aircraft fly is just basically every 3 days we'll do a pre-flight to thoroughly look over the aircraft, make sure they're flight worthy and safe for flight. And any type of maintenance that comes up in between those pre-flights, we'll take care of that as well. All right, so as soon as the alert comes in, they'll have a call over the radio, and we all sprint out here as fast as we can, untie the bird. Someone starts up APU, and within 5 to 10 minutes, the bird gets off the ground and takes off to save a life.
That's such a short time. So do you even have time to really feel anything when that's happening?
Oh, it's all pretty much muscle memory at that point. We all know what we're out here to do, so we just keep all of our gear ready to go at all times, and we sprint out here and make it happen.
And how do you feel knowing that your maintenance potentially saves lives as well?
Yeah, it feels awesome to be part of the big picture. Like I said, every single person, depending on what their job, it doesn't really matter. We all are a big part of the mission, and really the mission couldn't go on with any one of us out of the picture. So it feels great.
I have one question to ask you.
Right.
I've kind of heard this before. I'm not sure if it's true, but for so many hours of flight, it requires this many hours of maintenance. Can you kind of
Right. Yeah, we actually just did a big inspection a couple days ago. Every certain amount of hours, we had to do these inspections, and per our cards, we got to inspect certain things and tear apart certain items to make sure they're good to go.
Is there anything you would like to add?
No, that's all. No.
Alright, sir. Just to start off, can I get your rank and then spell your first name and last name?
you say raw dog right?
HD. That's how you spell it. All right, Captain Michael Ryan.
And can you feel control? And can I have your unit and duty title?
I'm deployed with the 83rd ERQS, originally from the 33rd at Kadena. I'm the Director of Operations here deployed.
Alright, what's your hometown?
Prattville, Alabama.
Alright, how long have you been doing this job?
I've been in the H-86 community for approximately 2 years now.
And what made you decide to
It is basically the mission that others may live. The highlight of the mission or the career has been going out into combat and rescuing American troops.
And how does that make you feel? Like when you come back and knowing that you went out there and you did that, how does it make you feel?
After mission accomplishment, when we come back, it's a great feeling knowing that we've helped someone, possibly saving their life.
Describe a typical day.
A typical day in Bagram, we wake up, come to work, and we sit and hold alert all day. We wait for a mission drop. When the mission drops, that's when it gets a little hectic. We'll scramble out to the aircraft and go do what needs to be done. So, and after that, other than that, it's a lot of TV and Xbox.
So kind of go, not step by step, short enough, but just what happens when an alert does come in?
When an alert happens, everybody gets called into the talk to get information on the mission. From there, we'll send people out to the aircraft to get the aircraft spun up, and myself, flight lead, team lead, and the crow will come out to the aircraft, and then we'll launch, go to the coordinates, and pick up who we need to pick up.
And so then, what are your individual responsibilities?
My individual responsibility is just maintain safety of my aircraft and go out there and do what flight lead needs. As the director of operations, make sure all the personnel have what they need and get the mission accomplished.
And what do you feel when you're rushing to get into the air as fast as possible? Everything's going on, how do you feel? Adrenaline?
Yeah, when we get the mission, there's a sense of adrenaline, but we train for this, so we know what to expect, know what to do, and we do our best every time.
Now, what are some of the dangers that you have to be prepared for once you're part?
Dangers going outside the wire. For our helicopter, it's basically small arms fire, and then here in Afghanistan, it's terrain and power limitations. A lot of the areas that we go into, we're power limited, and we have to do a lot of power management, fuel management.
And how is the aircraft prepared for that?
The aircraft is prepared for that because we have the right crew mix. Our engineers and gunners pretty much let us know where we can go and what we can do.
What is your primary goal during the mission?
Primary goal during the mission is to accomplish the mission and bring everybody back safely.
And once you, I think I already answered that question. All right, last question. How important do you think what you do is?
It's very important. We're here while others aren't. We go out and save people's lives, take people off the battlefield. So.
Do you have any further questions?
Is there anything that you'd like to add about the mission, the job, anything that we haven't touched on?
Nope.
All right. Same thing. Can I just get your rank, first name, last name?
Master Sergeant Travis Willingham,
And can you spell your last name for me?
Willingham.
All right. And what's your, I guess things about the duty title?
I'm actually out of the 150th Air National Guard at Kirtland Air Force Base.
And your job title?
Flight engineer. I guess technically now it's special mission aviator, but I'm a flight engineer.
And what's your hometown?
Sebring, Florida. Sebring.
All right. And so, that's the same questions basically that we asked him. How long have you been doing this job?
I've been doing this for about 9 years.
And what made you decide to do it?
I was security forces for my first 6 years. I sitting on post deployed one day and saw H-60 on the cover of Airman's magazine, and I wanted to retrain. It looked like something really cool to do, hang out inside of a helicopter and shoot weapons, big guns.
All right. And what has been the highlight of your career so far?
Highlight of my career is been able to just deploy with a rescue unit and just contribute to the mission. You know, as a team, we've saved a lot of lives over here, and it's just been an honor to be a part of that.
Alright, so describe a typical day here at Bonner.
Typical day is we get up, we come in, a shift change is around 12:30. We grab our gear, we come out of the aircraft, we put it on, we walk around the aircraft, make sure everything looks okay with the aircraft, there's nothing that's changed, no bullet holes from the last flights the guys might have flown, might have missed by accident. We look over the forms, make sure that it's mechanically sound and ready for flight. Then we go inside and we go over the brief for the day, so we go over intel, weather, things of that nature. And then we have POI days, which is point of injury days. We're waiting for a call to come in that somebody's been hurt, so we launch immediately out. Or if we're on patient transfer, we're waiting for a call to say somebody's at a FOB or another base that needs to be transferred to BAF. So we're just waiting for those calls to come in. A lot of sitting around and waiting.
So explain what kind of happens when an alert does come in.
So best case scenario, alert comes in, we go to the TOC, and we get the 9 line. The 9 line has the information about the patient, where they're at. And so if we have the time, part of my job is to run numbers for the aircraft. By that I mean this aircraft is limited in power and its capabilities at its altitude. So I run the numbers, the altitude, number of people, the weight of the helicopter to make sure that we can get into the LZ that we need to go into. So I calculate those numbers. If we don't have time, we come out of the aircraft, we run through the scramble checklist. It takes us about anywhere from 3 to 7 minutes to get in the air, and I'll do that on the fly. And we work together as a crew to get that all done.
And what do you feel when all of that's happening? You know what you have to do to get ready for this alert?
You don't really feel much. You're thinking about the mission at the time. We do train for this a lot. This is our whole sole job is, Air Force Combat Search and Rescue, so we do this all the time. So we know what we need to do in order to accomplish the mission. But after the mission's over, we've done something that's noteworthy and awesome. We saved somebody's life. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you've contributed to saving that person's life, and work together as a team to do that.
Now, once you guys get out to the helicopter, what are your responsibilities on the helicopter?
So again, it's the power numbers, and then also the checklist. There's a lot of checklists that are involved in getting this aircraft started. And then also I operate the 50 cal machine gun and the hoist as well. So if there's an LZ, a landing zone that we can't go into due to terrain, we can use that hoist to infill the PJs, infill the stokes, and exfil the patients and the PJs as well. It's a 50 cal machine gun.
And how important is your vigilance and situational awareness when you guys are up there doing your mission?
Your situational awareness, that's a term we use a lot, is very important. Knowing what's going on, where the other helicopter's at, where the threats are at, where the PJs are on the ground at, where the other air assets are at. These are all things that we take into consideration. But it's not a single person aircraft. There's 4 other aircrew members plus the PJs, so we all work together to make sure that happens. But situational awareness is a key component to our job. I just want to state for the record that I do have a shave waiver. No big deal.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add about anything that we haven't touched on, maybe think of?
No, like this, our job, you can see maintenance over there doing their thing. Our job wouldn't be, we wouldn't be able to do that without them. So just make sure you guys throw in there something about maintenance because we really couldn't do it without them. And all our support personnel. We have Intel that does a really good job. We have life support that aids and makes sure our flight equipment's ready. We have, what am I missing? We have SARMs, they're called SARMs, but they make sure all our orders are processed. They process all our all our flight hours, things like that. So there's a lot that goes into doing this. It's not just us rushing out to the helicopter and flying. It's a big team effort, So, no, I'm sure I will later, but.
Can I get your rank, your first name, last name?
Tech Sergeant Daniel Wright,
And your duty title?
pararescueman,
And your home station?
31st RQS,
Where's that at?
Kadena Air Force Base,
And your hometown?
Atlanta, Georgia.
You Falcons fan?
Not exactly. I mean, I'm technically just outside Atlanta, so Snellville, Georgia, or Lilburn, Georgia, where everybody's somebody, but I claim Atlanta because it's close enough, so.
All right. So how long have you been doing this job?
11 years.
And what made you decide to do it?
College really wasn't working out for me, and I decided to join the military. Basically, went in the recruiter's office. Everybody told me that the Air Force was the best branch to go into. They treated their people the best, so I went in the recruiter's office, saw the pamphlet, and that was pretty much the end of it. I thought they had the best mission set, and I really liked the idea of trying to help people, so I thought it was good.
And so then what has been the highlight so far of your career?
I would say the highlight has definitely been putting all my skills to use. So doing the mission in a deployed environment and actually helping people has definitely been the highlight of my career. Aside from that, I would probably say maybe some of the places that we get to visit being in the military.
And so what are your individual responsibilities when you receive an alert?
So when I receive an alert, typically what happens is I'll respond up to the TOC, and I'll coordinate some of the mission details with the pilot just to basically ensure that we're on the same page and he knows what I'm thinking and then I know what he's thinking, and basically putting our heads together to make smart decisions.
And how many people usually is it that scramble to the helicopter?
There, as far as on the pararescue team, there's 6 individuals, 3 of which will go up to the TOC and 3 of which will actually go out to the aircraft. So during the initial call, basically the call comes over the radio, 3 individuals go upstairs to coordinate mission details, and 3 individuals go towards the aircraft to basically prep the aircraft and ensure that it's ready to launch.
And how do you stay prepared for an alert comes in?
Basically, we continue to train on a regular basis. We conduct medical classes and litter drills, and basically trying to stay sharp on all the life-saving skills that we might need to put into action. In addition to that, we'll continue to monitor our alert equipment to ensure that the batteries have been checked, the fuel is good to go, that the quickie saw, reciprocating saws work good. So if we need to extricate somebody, we can utilize that, things of that nature.
Now, how close is everyone that completes these missions together? Is it pretty much like a family unit type deal?
Absolutely. It's definitely a family unit. Sometimes it's a love-hate relationship, being so close to each other in close proximity. But we always look out for each other, and we're definitely like brothers. So.
He's like my sister.
What do you like to do on your downtime?
As far as downtime, we don't get a whole lot of it, but the 12 hours that we're off, try to Skype the family or eat at the actual chow hall, because typically we're confined here, so the MERMs can be a little rough, so going to the actual chow hall is pretty nice.
And now, you mentioned family. They know what it is you do. How do you think they feel knowing, that you're out there and you're part of such a great mission?
I think there's some solace in that, as far as that they enjoy the fact that I'm going out to help people, and I think it's easier for them maybe to spend time away from me or respect that decision. So it's definitely comforting, I think, on that end. But I think in anybody in the military in harm's way, it can be tough on as far as their spouse or parents.